And welcome back to the Golden Grizzlies pregame show presented by Tropical Smoothie. I'm Jonathan Turner alongside Patty Cesarini. And after this past Sunday's game, it's a game the Oakland Golden Grizzlies I'd love, I think, to soon forget.
Absolutely. And after talking to Coach too, you'll hear she said the same thing. We have to be able to forget about it. We have to move on. She says that they're a very resilient group. This is the game and the opportunity to show just how resilient your team is.
We did talk about during the broadcast about how emotions like after a game against Cleveland State where you come out and win a first game in 7 years can have that effect on you, almost like a hangover, right? And how can players step back up after that and find a way to continue to ride that wave. They weren't able to do that on Sunday, but they are playing against a Jaguars team that comes in. They're 0-6 on the road this year. They have yet to win a road game. I know Coach Bruce mentioned that in her comments with you as well. What are we going to expect from them tonight?
Well, for starters, they're a team that really likes to drive into the paint. They like to take the basketball right to the hoop. So for Oakland, it's going to be key to not foul. Stay strong in your defense. Get back to what you're good at. Their defense, that zone defense, it's lethal. But then you look on the flip side for IU Indy too. A key for them is if they want to drive in the lane and in the paint, swing the ball, move it around the perimeter, and then you can always drive, kick. That's what Purdue Fort Wayne did such a good job at and really hurt Oakland in the end. So that's a huge key for them if they're going to look to keep moving on the same path here of just trying to get to the rim.
So we talked about this a little bit before we came on camera here, but the Golden Grizzlies are 1-9 against this team over the last 10 meetings. Again, we saw them against this long spell where they didn't have games against Cleveland State. Is that on their mind here tonight?
You could say that, yeah, it might be on their mind, but this is a completely different group of girls, too. They have, 9 new players, I think, if I'm remembering correctly off the top of my head. But when you have a lot of new players like that, it's a completely different scenario. They don't understand where you would be coming from. Wow, we haven't won the past 9 games, however many games against a team like that. So it's a fresh perspective, and I think that's going to help the Golden Grizzlies and maybe some of those returners who are feeling the aftermath of that effect.
No question. We got a lot more to come here on this pregame show. We'll have comments from both coaches coming up. Again, you're watching the Golden Grizzlies pregame show presented by Tropical Smoothie.
In every moment, in every shared smile, OU Credit Union Visa Signature Card is there, earning 3% cash back on groceries to stock their dorm room, 2% back on fueling up the tank for the journey ahead. With a $100 welcome offer and the first year's annual fee waived, it's more than just a card. It's your partner in making every moment count, even the ones that tug at your heartstrings. Make every moment and every mile more rewarding with an OU Credit Union Visa Signature Card.
Drives to the basket, it's in! 4-3, of course! For 3!
Coach, your team's coming off a win against Robert Morris. What are you looking out of this matchup tonight following that game?
Yeah, we want to keep that momentum going. Unfortunately, we haven't won a game on the road, so this is our opportunity. And we've talked about this before, but we have to take care of the basketball going into this game. When you're on the road, you've got to get more shots than your opponent. So that's really the goal today for us.
And in terms of this matchup specifically against Oakland, where do you see your team really excelling?
Yeah, well, we need to be able to shoot the ball well. They're going to play their matchup zone, and they're very good at it, and they're very aggressive. So we don't want to turn the ball over, and we got to be able to knock down open shots. We didn't shoot the ball great last game, so we've been prepping for that. We got to be able to get some stops defensively. They have a couple key players that we're going to try to shut down today that have been playing really good basketball. So got to execute the scout.
All right, appreciate the time, Coach. Thanks.
Thank you.
In every moment, in every shared smile, OU Credit Union Visa Signature Card is there, earning 3% cash back on groceries to stock their dorm room, 2% back on fueling up the tank for the journey ahead. With a $100 welcome offer and the first year's annual fee waived, it's more than just a card. It's your partner in making every moment count, even the ones that tug at your heartstrings. Make every moment and every mile more rewarding with an OU Credit Union Visa Signature.
Drives to the basket, and it's in! 4-3. Of course! That's three!
Coach, coming off that Purdue Fort Wayne game, how has your group refocused for IU Indy?
We had Monday off. Yesterday we had a really good practice. Bottom line is our theme for the day is bounce back, and that's what we have to do. And I'm pretty sure they're all bought in. I mean, we've got to put it in the past. We'll talk about them again when we hit them on the road, but other than that, we just got to bounce back, and we got to bounce back strong.
And when you play a team like IU Indy that has multiple contributors, you don't know who's going to heat up that game. What does that mean for your defense?
Yeah, we will struggle with that in our zone, so we're going to have to implement a little more man, player to player. So I think we've got some adjustments that we need to make for that reason. I know that there's not a whole lot of teams in our league that are going to play that way in particular. If they watch that game, they probably will versus our zone. But, I think now we know, what we need to do to kind of combat that.
Right, yeah. Definitely a big learning moment.
Absolutely,
sure.
100%.
Well, I appreciate the time, Coach. Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
Push it to the limit, we gon' rise together. Side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever. When we ride, we can ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride. We gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together. Side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever. When we ride, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride. We gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together. Side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever.
In every moment, in every shared smile, OU Credit Union Visa Signature Card is there, earning 3% cash back on groceries to stock their dorm room, 2% back on fueling up the tank for the journey ahead. With a $100 welcome offer and the first year's annual fee waived, it's more than just a card. It's your partner in making every moment count, even the ones that tug at your heartstrings. Make every moment and every mile more rewarding with an OU Credit Union Visa Signature Card.
And welcome back in the Golden Grizzlies pregame show presented by Tropical Smoothie. And you just had a conversation with both coaches about this matchup. Let's first talk about IU Indy and the Jaguars. First off, they changed their name recently. So they're a brand new name, right? So does that have any impact whatsoever on the game at all?
No.
No?
That might not just doesn't have anything to do with basketball, but I appreciate the one-liner there, Jonathan. No, but I think for them and for Oakland especially, the Jaguars, they have a lot of impact players, and you don't know which one of them is going to make that impact on the given night. Katie Davidson, Shania Nichols-Vanette, Faith Stinson, Nevaeh Foster. You don't know which one of those players is going to step up. So for Oakland, it's going to be key to, again, play that lockdown defense. Don't take anyone for granted because, again, you don't know who it's going to be. But specifically, when it comes to Nevaeh Foster, do not let her heat up from the three-point line. She's their three-point shooter.
Now, Oakland saw a very similar type of offense against Purdue Fort Wayne on Sunday, and they struggled immensely in that situation. Do they feel like they have that under control here in this game?
I think they do, especially after being able to regroup. Coach said they talked about it for about 10 minutes. That was it. You have to forget about it. You can't dwell on it. You can't pick it apart too much, because that is a game that doesn't necessarily define your team and how you like to play and what you like to do within the game of basketball. So again, move on from it. And this is a fresh start. So for Oakland, a key to their game, come out with a lot of energy, come out with a lot of confidence, and again, show your resiliency that you can bounce back from that last game.
The Golden Grizzlies coming into this one are currently 4-1 in the Horizon League. Flip side, IU Indy is 2-4. We talked about how they split last season in both their matchups. Looking at this game for what it is, what is your prediction about who's going to come out on top here today?
I don't know, because as even Coach Dina Richards said, this Jaguar team, this IU Indy team, they're scary because, again, you don't know who's going to heat up. If they can limit their turnovers, because that's going to be huge, especially on the road, you have to take care of the ball against an Oakland defense that likes to be aggressive. They like to pick people's pockets and then steal the ball, go in for a nice, easy layup. So for Oakland, again, defense, huge. But then for the Jaguars, limit those turnovers. And then for both teams, too, again, I'm not really answering your question because I don't know. It can go either way. That's the point that I'm trying to make, because in certain situations, they're very similar. And I think both teams struggle a little bit to get back on defense. So for both of them, another key, push the pace in transition, catch people on their heels, not paying attention, and take advantage of those situations.
No question. Well, Patty, thank you very much. That's another edition of the Golden Grizzlies pregame show presented by Tropical Smoothie. This matchup on ESPN Plus coming up right now.